It is only episode 2. Like everybody just gotta bear with
Just
it.
deal with us. Like, ride, come for the ride, man. Come for the ride.
We are on a roller coaster ride, okay? We're learning and growing together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome back to Black Girls Do Reviews. It's episode 2. We're here.
We're here.
We have to review episode 2 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, their newest season. But before we do that, we got a birthday in the house.
Oh, wait. I didn't know you were going to do this.
I know. I wanted to let it be a surprise. So we celebrated a birthday this week. How exciting!
It is exciting. I'm old years old now.
I was gonna ask how you're feeling. Do you have how are you thinking this year is gonna be? Anything?
I am genuinely excited because I just always hear women in their 30s really elevate and they start making real money, and I'm ready to make some more money. I'm just ready to enjoy my life. So, not to say I didn't enjoy my life in my 20s, but I'm just ready to really just do whatever, I checked off one of my big goals. And so I feel like, okay, I could breathe again. Okay, I can have a
Yeah.
little bit of enjoyment in this lifetime again. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Enjoyment in this lifetime. That's good. Well, I am happy to be celebrating you another year. God is good.
Thank
You
you.
you're
Yes,
here
he
another
sure
year.
is.
So we're
Don't
happy
let
for
us go
that.
to church.
Okay, don't get us started. So before we do that, let's jump into the episode. I do have one more thing. I feel like I always think of one more thing, but to everyone that has left comments of well wishes and DMs and all the things just for us with this new podcast and people who want to be guest hosts and all that stuff, we do love y'all. Keep showing love to the podcast and all of that. Do the liking, do the commenting, do the sharing, subscribing, all the things
Please,
do everything
please.
you're supposed to do.
Please, please. We love it. We
Yeah.
see it. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Period. All right. So we are in episode 2 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We left off last week with the big blow up at the dinner scene. We had Lisa's Bezos party, and now we are in this newest episode. I wanted to talk about, I don't know, Bravo did this social media thing, and I think I sent it to you, where
Yes,
they
you
had
did.
us, they had us go through
Welcome to my crib.
but it was just their fridge.
Yes.
So it was like, why are we seeing everybody's fridge? And it felt very produced in the sense of oh, what are you guys doing here? Let's look at my fridge. So all the ladies had perfectly lined up food and oh, here's all my water, here's all my fresh fruit. What are you doing, Bravo social media team? That's off.
It did give me you remember the MTV show Cribs? It gave welcome to my crib, but except literally we only saw the fridge. I was just who told y'all I wanted to see in their fridge? Why would I, of all things, really care about their fridge?
I don't
a
think.
closet?
Yes, closet would have ate down.
Yeah, but a fridge. I didn't even look at my own fridge.
Facts. I felt and then the only fridge that felt like a real family lives there was Mary's fridge. Mary had random bags of cheese. She had actual food. So I'm like, okay, Mary actually lives here.
No, I would say Heather too, because Heather said it's a lot of snacks in here because of them kids. And I was like, that is true. I be forgetting she a mother. I'm forgetting they all mothers.
True. They kids is kind of boring. We'll get into that because that's one of my notes from today's from episode 2 was I don't like none of the kids on this one. Usually they have a kid on the Housewives franchises. I feel like that I like, okay, like
Mm-hmm.
cute. We like that. I didn't like none of the Salt Lake City kids, and no shade to the kids, but just saying
It is
it
what it
wasn't
is.
given. It wasn't given. Okay, so let's get into the episode. So I started off. I know we do recaps and like they do all the other stuff, but I just started off with we start off at home with Mary, and we see now that Mary's son Robert lives at home with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have like their interaction, you know, him eating the donut or whatever, and her basically saying like she would never like not look out for him, never not take care of him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that?
I mean, I feel like, first of all, I'm not for parents making a kid struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do believe, like, I personally think though, like as a child or someone's child, eventually as you get older, you should like grow up and like, you know, want to move out and want to do the things and whatever. But also at the same time, like I'm 100% for parents like taking care of their children for as long as they are on this earth. It doesn't matter if they're 50 years old and your parents are 80. Like, I just feel like we ain't asked to be here. You wanted me here, so please hold it down. and I
Period.
and I really do tell my parents that all the time. Like, guys, remember, you wanted me here.
You signed up for this.
I didn't
Pretty
know
much.
about you. So I didn't really mind it too much. I think for me though, I don't remember. Wasn't he engaged or like married or he snuck off and got married or something? Like
I thought that
I
was
didn't
it.
he is married, right?
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was like he got married without telling her. Right?
Yeah. Now I feel like if you married and living in your mama's house, that's a completely different story.
Mm-hmm.
Because as the wife,
We in your mama house now, that's a lot.
so mama is taking care of us because you ain't.
That part. But they didn't even talk about that though. They didn't say anything about that.
They
So
gave
I
us
wonder,
nothing.
dang. Mary's a little weird with her storylines. Like she be open, but she not really open. Or she
Mm-hmm.
not, because now we know the son live with you, but where the wife at?
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's okay. They didn't even say nothing about the wife either.
They ain't
Like,
saying nothing. I mean, we don't even know how she look. Is she black? Is she white? Is she gray?
oh, that's a good one. Okay, so we gotta keep a pin in that one and
Yeah.
find out if we ever find out, or if the
Yeah.
girls on Twitter tell us or something like that. We gotta figure out where the Robert's wife is
Yes.
now that he's back home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I have the next scene is Lisa picks up Bronwyn with Bronwyn's dog, and then they go pick up Heather, and the three of them go out. Now they go to Wendy's and get a JBC. Okay, I've never heard that
Junior
before.
bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, but I was like, for you to be on an acronym basis with Wendy's, like, oh, okay, girl, like you don't mess around. Like I can understand a fofo, we get it, but the JBC, like,
JVC is
okay,
mad.
girl. And so they're doing the scene in the car, and so a number of things happen while they're there. They start talking about the dinner party. Bronwyn is sharing her opinion on Whitney. And then, you know, everyone's kind of chiming in and having the discussion in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So my first question, why are they having the scene in the car?
I don't know. I feel like they tried to lean into Lisa's obsession with Wendy's. But I just also feel like she could have easily told the girls come over and I got Wendy's being Uber Eats or DoorDash to us. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. It was weird. And then like even like Heather coming out the house and they were like, oh my God, she's so cool. I'm like, you girls flip flop on whether or not y'all like Heather every other season. Like she's not a it girl. She just want to be down like Brandy so bad. I feel so bad for Heather sometimes because she gives a sense of wanting to belong. She just wants to belong. And I'm like, I don't feel like Lisa is her real friend.
No. But I feel like I like the Heather girls of the world. Like I feel like Heather's just a cool girl. Like she's not like I want her to just be the funny friend. That's how I feel. Like just be the funny one, just be the one that's a good time versus
Mm-hmm.
trying to be the shade throwing and picking
Yeah.
arguments and
Yeah.
just be the fun girl. Like, and this is gonna be okay. I'm a really reality TV girl. I feel like Heather to me is Chloe in the early seasons of the Kardashians.
Like trying too hard.
But like I used to like Chloe in the early seasons of the Kardashians because she was the sister who was like the realest one, like Kim, you doing
Mm-hmm.
too much or like, and she was just like just cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I get that sense from Heather, and I wish Heather would just lean into like just be cool, like you cool. Everybody else is crazy, and you just the one that you keep it real, you cool. Just be that friend. But
Yeah.
she's trying to be something, and it'll
Killing you
never work.
slowly. Yeah.
It'll never work out for her.
It
And
doesn't.
we're gonna see that show up. I feel like in the final scene of that episode when they were at the picnic table thing, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's not you. Just be the fun friend. Just be cool. Just that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Even bringing the Britney girl around, like, what's that about? Like,
What is that about? And then the girl you brought in is weird.
we
So
don't
it's
like
like,
her.
what is you? Is you cool? Like,
How
what
is
is
you
you?
cool?
I don't. What it's and it's starting to make me like Heather. I'm starting to not like you. Like the girl you brought around is so awful that I don't like you.
Yeah, it's a reflection of you, honestly. So
Honestly. And when Heather screams out, like, what she said, if you respect Brittany, if you have any respect for me, then you'll respect Brittany. And it's like,
we barely respect you, babe. We barely respect you.
both y'all could go. if it's a problem.
We barely respect you, hun.
So, that was like, all right, you tested my patience. Um, so I think you put in here thoughts on Bronwyn's opinion on Brittany. Do we agree with Heather that she's judging too early, or our first impressions everything?
Mm-hmm. Because I
Um,
do feel like okay, when Bronwyn said her opinions or whatever on Whitney, I was like, okay. But then when Heather was like, she's kind of judging her early on, and I don't really like when people do that. But then I was like, I mean, first impressions matter though, right? Like, if I'm going to your dinner and I'm going to your dinner, I never met one of your friends, but your friends over there arguing and saying all this other things, and I've only heard stories about like what you told me about this friend. I'm a form an opinion on her. Like, it's
absolutely.
not unnatural to form opinions on people. So I don't know though. What?
I I think I agree. I think it's somewhere in the middle, right? Like, is she judging too soon, or was that her first impression? And again, like she's Lisa's friend, so if my friend is getting in an argument with somebody, I'm gonna have something that's like an opinion about it. Like, okay, this is
Yeah,
what when you was arguing with her, I just got the sense that she was feeling blah 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 blah. Like, I don't think that's so strange as a friend to have a comment about my friend getting in an argument with somebody.
yeah,
So I didn't think that was too soon, but I don't like when the girls do that. Like you sitting in the back seat while this girl talking and you feeling something like why you just didn't say something in a moment like, oh, okay, hold on, like not too much on my girl. You just
yes,
you let it rise. So this is why I don't like when people be like, oh, she was talking about you, but what was you saying? Like
yeah.
when
It's
you heard
giving
her talk
messy
about me.
boots. It's giving messy boots because she definitely waited. I know we're gonna talk about it later. She
Mhm.
waited to definitely so she was around Whitney to be like, yeah, Bronwyn was talking about you. Like, girl, why you ain't defend your cousin before?
Why you
You know y'all
didn't?
got like, and that's your cousin.
They got different rules though. I feel like with us
Us,
backhand side backhand
us.
side people. cousins mean like, nah, like we ride. Like that don't, you're not gonna be talking about my cousin. And I'm gonna just be kikiing with you. And even
Mhm.
if I talk about my cousin like a dirty dog, you not gonna talk about my cousin
You
like
best
that.
not talk about my cousin.
So mm-mm. So the fact that the two of them are even related on this show and don't even have an alliance, even though they're family, is crazy. Cause it will always be me and my cousin versus everybody else on the show. That's
Yeah.
just a given. Like,
I
so
feel like
it's weird.
it, it's such a different dynamic though, because like you don't even see family like scenes of them, right? It's never like no, oh
Mm.
grandma, did you speak to grandma? Oh Uncle Joe. Like we never hear nothing about nobody. Oh
Facts.
yeah, cousin Sherry called the other day. Did you speak to cousin Sherry? Like you don't hear like
Nope.
family stuff. Like are y'all even for real cousins? I mean, I know it's like through like the Mormon people kind of. So I know it's a little different, but still.
That's true. They've never done a scene where they are with their family as like a, like, who, y'all don't have no family reunion? Y'all don't get together for Christmas? Like
Yeah.
no kind of, no activity, the family comes together.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a good point. They've never done a scene like that. So I want to see how y'all related. Cause
Yeah.
who brings y'all together and why it's never a dinner or nothing like that.
Right. Right.
And so that would make for a good scene too, to have a grandmother, upset with them because they going at it. Da, 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 da. Like that's a good
Yeah.
scene. But
Something.
I think they made that up. They probably like such distant cousins that like, yeah, there's no way for us to come
Right.
together.
Probably like fourth cousins or something. I don't even know.
It's weird. Um, so then we get to Meredith and her husband take a cooking class. Um, I'm gonna just start it off with, I didn't like this scene. It was a little like, okay. My note is we could have left this on the chopping room floor. Like the producers, we could have, let's cut the commercial because I didn't enjoy the scene. I I don't want to go too in depth on the scene
Yeah. Yeah.
because it is a heavy topic she covered in it, but I
Yeah.
also don't like the way we approach it. So I'm gonna just say my piece and then we could around it. But Meredith she's setting up her
Bat
storyline
mitzvah.
essentially
Mm-hmm.
of her she's gonna get a bar
Bat
mitzvah,
a bat mitzvah, yeah.
bat mitzvah. She felt like there is a lot of hatred and anti-Semitism in the world, and she wants to, like, I guess, rededicate herself to her religion. And so she's now going to go through this process. Um, but I don't know. I didn't.
I
Mm.
feel like we should keep TV fun. Like I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but time and place.
Yeah.
We don't watch the Housewives for political views. We don't watch the Housewives for cultural updates. Like granted, Mormon culture is something, but I think that's its own entity. Than like what she's trying to insinuate or whatever. And I just feel like at the end of the day, let's just keep TV fun. Let's
Yeah.
let's just have a good time. Let us be viewers. Let's not don't make me hate you. That's how I feel. Like
Yeah.
please don't make me hate you. I don't want to hate you.
Yeah. And just I think even if she wanted this journey to be a part of her story, it was like you brought negativity to it. Like, you could be showing us, oh, I'm making a rededication to my religion, to my faith, whatever. Come with me as I do that, instead of like, there's just so much hate in the world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, we know that's why we watching this right now. Like, we trying to like disconnect for a few minutes and
Yeah.
just enjoy a TV show. So I was a little like, ugh. And then I don't think, and then like just from the entertainment as a viewer, I was like, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's move. Let's go have fun. So but then I didn't have fun because Lisa and Angie meet up in the next scene, and my notes again are, I'm starting to get bored. Did like bored is my note.
Mm-hmm.
Another waste of a scene. So this is when Salt Lake City, I feel like, lets me down. Like
Yeah.
this is when I'm like, should this should this franchise even continue? So I didn't think they like. I didn't. I haven't been the biggest fan of Salt Lake City. If I'm being completely honest with you, I felt like, here we go. Like here's another franchise, whatever. But then they deliver with these explosive moments, right? Like Jen Shaw going to jail, and then
Mm-hmm.
Monica, and so it kind of wraps you back in. But when we have like 2 back-to-back scenes where I'm like, I could turn the channel, I start feeling like, yeah, I'm not with it. So Lisa and Angie, like for them to meet up and I guess be arguing and it be a boring argument, that's when I was like, okay, I might have to, I might give up on this. Like, cause how do you have a boring argument? And that's what it felt like to me. But you can let me know if you enjoyed Lisa and Angie's meetup at the restaurant.
Um, so like most things in this life, like I just have a hard time focusing on certain stuff. And honestly, when I seen came on, I didn't even really paid them any mind or any attention. I don't really care for Lisa. I never really cared for Angie like that either, but I feel like I'm kind of open to her because that's Mary's new best friends. But like, yeah, that scene came on. I gave it nothing. It gave nothing. I gave it nothing. So yeah, I'm good if you good.
Okay, moving right along. Then we spend time with my girl Bronwyn, and that's when it kind of turned
Your
around for
girl,
me. That's
your
my
girl.
girl now. I'm Team Bronwyn. That's my girl. Now, if she lets me down later on the season, I will retract my statements. But for today, episode 2, I like her. So we spend time with her at her home, and we meet her husband officially.
Yeah.
I didn't even write her husband's name down. But my first note is he does look old. So when Brown was talking about she wake up or whatever, and she don't see the age, girl, that man, he look every bit of 62, 65, whatever he is. But anyway, so we
Mhm.
learn more about her husband.
His name
Um,
is Todd, by the way.
okay,
Todd.
Todd. So we meet Todd.
Mhm.
So just a little bit about their story. She was working in finance and she met him at a bar.
Mhm.
Um, he is the OG of the Palm Pilot, which is like, woo,
This
taking it back.
eats. That
It does.
eats
It
though.
does. It does.
Because I
It really
wanted
does.
a Palm Pilot when I was like, when I don't even remember. I was young as fuck,
Uh-huh.
but I
It,
know
it
I wanted one. So I'm like, you man.
he ate that up. I think it's always cool when like somebody is the OG of something that like we know versus
Yeah.
like, oh, he's the OG of the Guggenheimer, and you're like, what? But for him to be the OG of a Palm Pilot, like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, so then some other things about him. He ran the torch for the 2012 Olympics in London. Um, and I think she mentioned like him being in venture capitalism or something else right now.
Hmm.
So are we liking him? Not liking him? It's giving very wealthy. It's giving very got lots of money. And he seems to like, she said this, he likes me happy. So what are we feeling about Todd, the new husband?
I feel like I have no real opinions on him. I think, like most of the husbands, like honestly, none of the Salt Lake City husbands have been like a stand out there. Like they really are out there for me. Except for John Barlow. I love John Barlow. That man could be my husband. Okay. But everybody else, I just feel like they don't really do much. So I didn't really have an opinion on him per se, but I will say the fact that Bronwyn's daughter is not with him, and I always feel like a man who is willing to accept a child, take her in, and really treat that child like his own, which I'm assuming that he does, because there's no way. I'm hoping Bronwyn isn't married to a man who didn't accept her child. I feel like
Mhm.
that is a class act man, at least at the bare minimum. So yeah, he's good in my book. Listen, she like it. I love it. I mean, I don't think I can wake up to that face. I can't
No.
wake up and see no 70-year-old man and be like, oh yeah, I love you. Well, I can for some change, but still.
We love it for you, girl. He looks his age though. That's all I kept saying was like she really was trying to make it seem like, oh, we don't even think about the age difference.
No, we
He
do.
he looks his age, babe. So that was weird. So they're decorating the house, and my note literally is rich people buy anything. So when they
And they
unveiled
do.
they took the thing out the box, the chair stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, to be rich and just be able to buy stupid stuff.
And then just put it in your house and be like, yeah, this installation, like from this artist.
I was
Like,
like,
okay,
girl, that's some chairs stacked on top of each other. That's all that is.
literally.
Like, you trying to convince me of something that it ain't. That's what them some chairs. Um, but I like the two of them together. They seem like it seems like what it is. It's a wealthy man, younger woman. He
Mm-hmm.
likes to keep her happy. He got the money to do so, and she in return keeps him happy.
Yeah.
So what can
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
can't
do
beat
y'all
that with a
big
bat.
one. Yeah, do y'all big one.
Um, I will say when Bronwyn was talking about the daughter for a little bit and like talking about how she had her like really young and they kind of grew up together. Um, I was like, kids don't be like the relationship felt a little awkward, but I was like, maybe she's just like scared of the TV or something. It just felt like
Mm-hmm.
a little like, ooh, mom, I really don't like you. Like
Mm-hmm.
you like me, but I don't like you type of vibe. So I'm like, this is weird. But that's when I was like, okay, I don't know if I like the Salt Lake City kids, the children on this one, because they not nice. They not nice people. Um, so then I get to Heather and Meredith meet up. And I don't know why I
Not
don't really
Meredith,
Meredith.
Whitney.
They met up. Heather.
Heather, Heather and Whitney.
Why I don't remember it. Oh, they were buying crystals.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Um, you know why I don't remember it? Because my first note is the weather always sucks in Salt Lake City. And that's all I
It
got.
does. I feel
The weather
I
sucks.
I heard they actually do have like a really nice spring summer though. But like I feel like it's also very naturey over there. I don't really care for too much for nature like that. So
Yeah. I don't okay, my light is just gonna fail me at this point. Um so I thought I charged it up too. Anyway, I digress. So then they meet up to do crystals, shop for crystals. Are you into
mm-hmm.
crystals? Is that your zhuzh?
I do have a few. At one point I was a crystals girl. I was.
Okay.
Um I do have a few crystals, but you know you like actually have to like take care of them. It's like kind of like plants. Like you gotta talk
Really?
to them. Like you have to clean them. They always say that cleanse your crystals because you don't know like what is coming with it, like what it went through or whatever. So that's one thing. And like, you know, you gotta use them while you manifesting. And honestly, like I'm open to it. I just feel like I don't have the time to really put into what it takes. But I actually in my wallet I have like this
Mhm.
tiny crystal and I carry it in my wallet all the time. It's supposed to bring money, I think. That's something like
Mhm.
that. So that's why I keep it in my wallet, but I don't know, child.
So
I
what
don't
happened if you don't clean it and stuff? It disintegrates or breaks a piece like it
No,
breaks?
no, it's nothing like that. They just say cleanse it of like the energy, the former energy, because you don't want to be
Okay.
manifesting and like using it into manifesting or bringing you good energy, and it still got the bad stuff attached to it. And
Okay.
because you just don't know like what it is, like they just say like just cleanse your crystals. That's all.
Okay.
That's the message, y'all.
I'm not a crystals girl, so I'm learning because I have no idea. I've heard of all the crystal stuff and all of that jazz, but I never like got into it. So, and I'm also somebody that I haven't got into. What's the stuff when people be burning it, walking it through the house and stuff?
Oh, sage.
Yeah, never got into that
Uh,
either.
oh, I be saging. I actually be When guys used to come over after they leave, I'd be saying, "Joy, we ain't doing that, babe. I don't
Let's
know what
cleanse
you
this on out.
do."
No, I never got into that stuff. But okay. So they go shopping for crystals, and I guess that was supposed to be them making up.
Yeah, it was weird to me because I just feel like Heather was yelling at Whitney, and I know like she's trying to get her point across, and that's why she was yelling, blah blah, whatever. But I just feel like yelling at me and then inviting me out to buy crystals, it just don't sit right in my spirit. Like, don't like I don't know. We need like a
Yeah.
little. I need a little buffer in between going shopping. Like I feel like I go shopping with my friends, but if you yell at me, and I know they're cousins, and I know their relationship is weird, and it's always gonna be weird, but I just, yeah, I don't know.
I think I it felt like, huh? Like I just felt lost. Like it just felt like, okay, now we're here. And like you said, she was actually yelling at her at dinner. Like it wasn't like no, you were a part of the three people on the other side of the table yelling at me. Like, let's not sugarcoat this any other way. You were yelling
Yeah.
at me and like facts over fear, like, and now we're just gonna, hey girl, like everything's
Hey girl,
great,
hey girl, come get some crystals. Your budget is $500. Like, I
huh?
don't know,
I
man.
guess it felt like a big hun to me, and it felt like, I don't know, it just felt rushed. But I guess they were trying to rush to get to the cash trip to Milwaukee. Um, I
Wait,
feel like
isn't Mil-
that's what she,
Mil- Milwaukee's in Wisconsin, right?
yeah. Hmm.
Oh, my cousin moved there. That's where they got the cheese.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
So, you know what's funny? I've been to Milwaukee multiple times, and every time I've gone, it's gray. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I've yet to go to Milwaukee and the sun just be shining. I swear.
Are you really my friend? I didn't know you've been multiple times.
I've been to
Like,
Milwaukee multiple times. It hasn't been like for vacation, it's been for work. So,
yeah, but still, like, wow.
yeah. It's like every time it's gray, and I never look forward to it. Sorry, Milwaukee. But yeah. So the fact that like, and this was pissed me off too. They were so excited to go to Milwaukee once she announced it to the whole group, and I was like, "Can y'all please stop acting like this is exciting?
I
Like
feel like
it's
if
Milwaukee."
I if I was to go to Milwaukee, I wouldn't want to spend any more than 24 hours.
I don't get the. And then I put in my notes too. I was like, "Where is the budget? These ladies need some sun. Like if it's already gray where they are, why take them to another gray place? You know? Go ahead."
So this had me thinking when you said that because RHOP, like they started dropping like how their previews to their intro, and the girls are saying RHOP must have got some more money in the budget now. So I'm wondering, did Bravo cut from RHOP to give to RHOP? Like,
We gotta move that over
is the
there.
money getting like cut from other places?
It
Cause
has to be, because I'm like, you're taking them to Milwaukee, like not even like they're already. I feel like close by. I don't really know geography that well, but
me
in
neither.
my mind, Utah and Wisconsin are like here apart.
Yeah,
Like they're not
I feel
that
like it's
far.
Midwest, right? It's all
Yes,
Midwest.
exactly. I don't once. Okay, I know East Coast because that's us, but then when I go that way, it gets a little murky for me. But I don't think it's that far away.
I'm looking on the map. It's a little far.
Okay.
I feel like it's like from here to Florida, though.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's not
not
that bad.
far, far, but it's a few states in between for sure.
So, but why would that be like
The
get
cash trip,
yeah, get
the first
excited,
one, anyway.
ladies. Like, remember Real Housewives of Atlanta? Of course, the girls was bringing in big bucks, so they was getting the best trips to like go overseas, go international, da 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 da. But now that we've seen those kind of cash trips, we don't want to see trips to Milwaukee. And I feel like these girls have never had a good like cash trip. Like they went to the where was the drag hotel? The drag
Um,
queen hotel was
was that Palm Springs? I don't know. Maybe it was
something.
Palm Springs.
somewhere. I don't know. They
Trixie
just
Hotel.
never
Yeah.
they never have good trips. And I feel like, dang, like, could y'all give them a little budget? Like, I would have been fine with them going to Miami for the weekend. Like, just give us something. Give us, like, I want to see the girls. I was about to drag it, but let's see the girls in bathing suits. Like, can they just have summer? They don't get no sun. They don't get none of that. It's just always winter filming with them. So,
Well, I mean, they did go to Bermuda. I just feel bad about Bermuda because of how windy it was. Like the weather didn't look very nice when they were there. But
yes, they probably went in hurricane season or something.
mm.
And it was just every time I see them, it's windy. They always gotta have blankets on, wrapped up. Like I'm tired of seeing that for them. Um, so boom. So we're gonna see um more cooking with Meredith. Like I said, I'm just gonna skip because I was over it.
Mhm.
Um, but I did make a note at that point. I said we're over 30 minutes in and I'm dying. So I think this was like at like 9:36 that I made this
Please,
exact
please
note.
excuse the bell. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. But yeah, it was 9:36 p.m. and I'm like, I'm over it. Like I wasn't excited. I was bored. I was like, everything that I've seen up until this point was like, whatever. Like, okay. Then I realized Mary hadn't been on the screen. Once we saw Mary at the beginning with her son, we hadn't seen her at all. So I'm like,
Mhm.
maybe that's why I'm so bored because I'm like,
Where's the fun?
yeah, like this
Where's
is
the
just a
clap back?
this is an unbearable episode, and I think I they're trying to set some things up. Like I think at that point they were trying to set up Bronwyn being a fake friend. Like she says one thing to one group and one thing to other people. So I think they were trying to set so many things up that it just was
Yeah.
like, this is a boring. I'm bored. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. Um.
But
I'm trying to
then
get. Huh. Go ahead.
Brittany is back
Yes.
with this is when she was with Heather. Is this when she was with Heather doing the pickleball? They was doing the pickle.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That lady just don't look her age. I mean, I don't know what her age is. She looked different ages or on in confessional, in person, in
Yep.
Instagram. She looked like three different ages. I really don't know how old this woman is.
Mm.
I'm also not like I do want to. She started to talk about like, oh, I have family stuff going on. I just don't want to talk about it. First of all, love a woman with boundaries, though.
Mm-hmm.
Love a woman with boundaries, but
Yeah.
um, I do want to know more about the family stuff. I do.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I just go ahead.
I say that only because like later on she kind of starts to she gives a little bit more. So clearly with her we're
Yeah.
gonna be pulling it out, but yeah, I want to know. I want to
And I
know.
can't stand somebody that like we gotta pull it out. Girl, we on TV. Like, like let's let it out. Come on
We
now.
only got 14 episodes, girl.
That's it. You want your spot or not? Give us what we need to know
Do
and
you
let's
want to
go.
come back next season or no, ho?
Stop playing. Like, stop playing with us. Give us what we want to see and let's go. And it's like, you know the name of the game. This okay, breaking the fourth wall. This no one doesn't understand this is reality TV. There's a camera in your face. This is 5 seasons of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You know what you're here for. Give us what we
Mm-hmm.
want to see. Tell us your business. Or get off the screen. That's it. Like there's just
Yeah.
no in between. And I feel like you said, she's giving like little breadcrumbs. Either either tell us or hit it. So when Mary was really coming at her at that part, that's when I was like, thank you, Mary. You're saying exactly how I feel at home. Either you're gonna open it
Mm-hmm.
up and let us know, or you're just not. Because the only reason why we know is because you told us.
Yep.
Right? Like you told us you having family issues, and then it comes out later, two of your daughters not speaking to you. I didn't ask you for that. Like, you're telling me that. Like, come on. So I'm
Oh,
over it. I'm over it.
Miss Mary Matt.
Mary is my person. I'm telling you, that whole scene at the adventure park, Mary was speaking on my behalf. Like it was like I jumped in Mary's throat and she was just saying everything I needed her to say. Um, so if we want to, let's just jump to the adventure
Yeah, let's just
activity.
pivot there.
Let's go there. Cause and I don't like okay, one last thing, breaking the fourth wall. They keep doing the same episode format where they like do a whole bunch of da 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 da, and then they have
One-on-ones and in a
yeah
big group activity, yeah.
at the end, and it's like some explosive dinner, lunch,
And
whatever.
then they use that to hook on to the next week's episode.
It's so like so played out.
Tired.
So played out. And it's like the same exact formula. Like, why do we wait to the last minute to do the little table argument or whatever? And it's just like, you could have gave me that at the 30-minute mark. But here we are. So we're at the adventure activity. First of all, my biggest critique is like, these are women of a certain age. Why y'all got them doing this? Like,
Yeah.
the last time I did something like that was, I feel like I was in college and it was like a team building activity or some crap.
Mm-hmm.
I could not imagine doing this in my late 30s, 40s. Like, I think Lisa's like 48, I think she said, or something. Like, I could not imagine getting up on them stilts and harnesses. Why are we doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The last time I did that, I had to take my students on a field trip. And
Mm-hmm.
even then, I was like, I'm not getting up on there. Like, I'm good. I just feel like, why are y'all not like having drinks and going out to eat? Like, I know that go golfing,
Mm-hmm.
go like play tennis. I don't know what the women like to do. I was gonna say older women, but I'm not even trying to comfort their age. I just feel like save that. Like, why are we team building? We are not a team. It's
We're
okay.
not the
Like,
same. Weird.
let's just have a cocktail. Damn.
That's it. Like, I don't get, like you said, they could have did a spa day. They could have did, there's so many things they could have did besides like, why are we all harnessed up in ropes with helmets on and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It just was weird for me. And so Meredith sits out, and I feel like exactly
Yep.
not doing it.
Makes sense.
Not doing it. So they leave they finish the activity. They're sitting outside again. I don't know why they have to have these women outside. Like, these poor women are always
Wait.
outside. Like,
And the girl with the pigtails is like, oh no, come, there's heaters over here. Like, first of all, I'm also kind of upset. Why did everybody have a fucking friend this season? Everybody has a friend.
yes.
We got the pigtails
Yep.
girl, we got Brittany, we got
Yep.
Bronwyn. Like,
Yep.
damn, how many friends do we need?
I think they were trying to pad it up. Like, let's just try to have something here just in case it all falls flat.
But I also feel like because y'all took Monica away, y'all need about 11 other girls now to fill in the presence that she had.
Exactly. How we gonna make this work? And I feel like Whitney's friend is the girl named Whitney? Yes.
Whitney, friend with the pigtails.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need her.
We
don't need
don't.
her. We could do without her. They said her name at some point. I think it's Maylee.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it Melee?
Melee, and I was like, we didn't even know your name. Like, who are you? Why are you here?
Who
Who are you? They like, that was weird.
Ariana, what are you doing here?
Exactly, like, huh? So she was weird. But okay, so we eating outside by the heaters, and Brittany makes an announcement about her relationship. She is announcing to the group. She's announcing to the group that she is now Instagram official with the Osmond nephew boyfriend that she had. And she had just announces it to everybody. And the group then like dissect the Instagram photo. They tell her, he has on here that you're his best friend. He doesn't say anything about you being his girlfriend. And then Mary latched and did not let go. Once that girl finished that announcement, Mary was like, I got you now. Let's get it. And Mary said that the question of the night, why do we care? Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how I felt. Why did you stand up and make that announcement, lady? Mm-hmm. Why did you do that? Why would you do that? That's sad.
It's embarrassing. To me, it was embarrassing because, first of all, like, oh, she thought she knew she was very content with whatever it was the conversation was that happened between them two, because she stood up and said, ting ting ting, I have an announcement, whatever, right? And then you sitting here as an older woman, and I don't know, like, I'm saying older because she's older than me, I don't know her age, but you're older than me and you're saying, oh, we are Instagram official. I just can't imagine, like, my sister, and I feel like this lady's older than my sister, but like, I can't even imagine my sister. Yeah, like, we made it Instagram official. Are you 16? And then when the girls called her out and was like, he said, my best friend, like, are you happy with that? And she's like, no, actually, I don't really like it. So then why would you stand up and make the toast in the first place? You did like that. You were okay with that. Like, don't piss me off.
Honestly, she just wanted to piss us off. That's all that announcement was about. And it was like, to stand up and make the announcement in front of the group of girls was like, you want to have a moment? Is that what this is? Like, you need attention? Is that what you were looking for? Because it was not even nothing worth announcing. And then when we look at the announcement, it's not even what you said it was. So I don't understand why you announced it. And it's like, why do you want to embarrass yourself? Because now you've made us put our attention on you, and it's not really Instagram official. Now we all get to have an opinion about you. So now you're the subject of lunch. We're dissecting this thing. Lisa's chiming in like, I don't think he's good for you or whatever. And then Whitney chimes in like, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, he likes you. I mean, you like him a lot, but he just cares about you. And it's like, now everybody's coming at you, opinion. Why would you put yourself in the middle like that? So, I like what Bronwyn said. This one I was like, see, I'ma like Bronwyn. When she was like, I feel like everything I learned about Brittany is unhinged. Like, I want to hear one thing that's just not crazy, basically. He was like, you came into that party wild and hot or something like that. Wild and
Yeah,
something.
talk about costume. Costume.
And she's a hoarder and Mary's poor. It's like, you are
And
just...
she did call Mary poor because Mary said, oh, I grew up with 5 siblings. And she's like, yeah, I grew up poor. I grew up poor too. Man, at no point did she say, like, you're associating multiple kids with being poor. Like, that's crazy.
That's what I told you. That's them corporate microaggression type things where the person's like, I didn't say that. And it's like, yes, that is what you said. Like, exactly. I said nothing about being poor, and here you go talking about, oh yeah, I was poor too. I was trying to relate to you. Relate to what? I never said I was poor. So that's when it's like, okay, like, we got a little issue here. But to Bronwyn's point, I think Brittany is just a little just off. I don't know how to explain it. It just gives a little like, it's okay, like, relax. You didn't have to make such a big display on your first time being here. And that's when Heather chimes in, to your point of like, she's not a it girl. Heather chimes in like, you guys don't understand, like, she's going through a lot. She's going through a lot with her boyfriend, her kids, and now we got to talk about this lady's kids. And it just felt like, here we go. So then Mary, I'm telling you, Mary did not ease up on this lady.
Because she really don't like her. And when Mary don't like you, like, I feel like it's very hard for Mary to hide her dislike for someone who she doesn't like. She's not going to hold back.
No. And so she told her, if you're so nice, why your kids don't talk to you? Ate that up. Ate that up. And I mean, just gagged everybody like, well, there it is. Because what are we talking about here? And so I feel like Brittany tried to have a moment in her confessional when she was like, for someone to mom shame someone else. I'm like, the girls try to put a blank shame on everything to think that we, the viewers, are all going to be in support just on automatically.
Like, girl, bye.
I'm not supporting what you're talking about, because she didn't mom shame you. Like, you made your business our business. And so she made a comment on it. That's it. So
because literally she sat there and she said the whole, like, that's when Heather said the whole, oh, she's going through a lot. She's like, yeah, like, my daughters don't even speak to me, da 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 da. Like, girl, you the one who, I would never know. We would never know that your daughters don't speak to you if you never brought it up yourself.
If you never brought it up.
I also feel like, just is kind of going back a little bit, I also feel like she's really trying to have as much of a storyline with this Jared, I don't know what his name, this
Osmond.
Osmond guy as much as possible. And I don't think she realized, like, no, girl, we gonna need to know why your daughters don't want to talk to you for us to really even give
Yeah,
you a chance.
exactly.
For you to have a
Exactly.
seat at this table, baby girl.
No. And it's like you came in with the wrong story. Like you came in trying to get us to care about you and his boyfriend. Don't care. Like don't even care a little bit. Like the fact that he posted you, don't even care. The fact that y'all
Mm-hmm.
broke up, don't care. Like nothing you're telling me, I don't care about none of this. Like you said, now why them kids not talking to you? Now I want to know. Give me a little bit of
Right,
that.
right.
But don't care about the boyfriend at all.
And I
So,
also think too, like, let's call a spade here, right? He now sees you're on Housewives. I don't know. I'm just speaking on behalf of myself and you. I know, like, we don't know this man. We know
mm-mm.
he come from Osmond, and we know Osmond may have some. We don't even care about the Osmonds in real
No.
estate, but he could very much be using her.
True.
He could very
True.
much be using her. So it's just like, can we all be for real for a second? Can we just actually lock in for a second? Thank you.
We could have did without Brittany as a friend this season. We could have just had Bronwyn met her, and that be it. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like she said, you came in wild and hot, and I don't get it what you're on at all. So then in the back and forth, Bronwyn says like we need to be mindful of our words, and Whitney tries to like clock Bronwyn for that. And so she's like, we need to be mindful of our words. What about you? Because you were talking about Whitney, but now you guys are friends or whatever. And she tried to clock her and it did not clock in. Because everybody was
She
like,
got clocked back.
she did, she did. Because Bronwyn was like, what are you talking about? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I told her that I said that. And Whitney was like, yeah, she said it. And I was just like, damn. When you trying to be the it girl and it don't work, like that's so sad to watch. Because even Lisa's
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, everybody has an opinion. And it's just like,
Yep.
woo. So I felt like Whitney was looking around like, what? Like, come on, guys, right? Like, Bronwyn's she's a fake friend, right? Like, come on, everybody. And everybody was just like, nah. Like,
We not on your team. We not. Yeah.
I don't see it that way.
Not a it girl. Heather, not a it girl.
Heather is not a girl, unfortunately. So
I
we
just
had.
also feel like you gotta know the girls who is going to stand on business. Like
Mhm.
there are some girls that are very much like, no, I didn't say that, or I didn't mean it in that way. And then you have your girls that be like, yeah, I said it. The fuck?
Mhm.
What's gonna happen? I love a girl who can take accountability.
Yeah. When Bronwyn said too in her confessional, she was like, it wasn't a monologue. Like I was in the car with all of us and talking. So, and I'm like, again, to what I said earlier, you can't just be like, oh yeah, you were talking about Whitney in the car. Okay, well, what was you
hmm
saying?
You ain't saying
You didn't
nothing.
say nothing. So I get when Bronwyn, like you said, just stood on what she said. She was like, I already told her I said that. It was like, whoo, ouch.
Yeah.
You thought you had it.
You thought you a baby girl. Reel it
You
back in.
you didn't have it. So that was the end of the episode. That was pretty much
Yeah.
it.
Oh
That's all
no,
we
but they
got.
announced they're going to Milwaukee.
Okay, yeah, they did.
And then
And
now they're excited
I can't believe these people are excited to go to Milwaukee.
to
Especially like
eat
okay,
cheese.
let me add this part. I can't believe that like women of luxury are acting so excited to go to Milwaukee. I think that's the part that I like is missing for me. Like if Real Housewives is supposed to be like a peek behind the curtain of like wealthy women who are living these extravagant lives that we everyday ordinary people don't get to live, y'all are hype about Milwaukee? Like y'all supposed to be hype about like
Do they
going.
even have malls? No, let me stop.
But like, y'all supposed to be like, we're going to Iberia and like everybody
Yeah.
go crazy for that or something. Like, you can't tell me that y'all are so so rich, so wealthy that y'all are like, Milwaukee? Woo! Like, are you kidding me? I can't believe we're going to Milwaukee. It's gonna be great. Like, y'all could have went to Milwaukee last week and the week before that and the week before that.
Once
So
again, it's just like, why y'all going? What is nothing in there? It's nothing for y'all to do.
no.
We'll see. We'll see what they come up with.
They have the drag show, which is
Oh
supposed to be the
yeah, it's
reason why
a
they're
drag.
going, is the
I
drag show.
They better not try to span it out over multiple episodes either. Give me a good one episode. They got the max I'll give them is 1.5 of this Milwaukee, and that's it. I'm not
That's
trying to
it.
watch this over a span of 3 episodes. Y'all gonna piss
No,
me off. Y'all gonna piss me off, Bravo.
they are. I feel like they heard what you said and they about to just piss you off. Now that you
They're
say
gonna
it.
be like, "Oh yeah, we'll do it. Like she
Three
can piss
part,
her off today."
3-part Milwaukee episode. You know what's funny? The previews when Whitney's like, "Yeah, I got us a private jet." I feel like the private jet looks small, so I'm not looking forward to this trip at all.
Future, please. Let's talk about pirates. That is cool.
It's small to me. I don't know. You know, I've watched enough Housewives to see the private jet, Sunny, and that one, it looked a little tight. Um, and I feel like that's what they blew the budget on the private jet to Milwaukee when y'all could have flew all of them on Delta to somewhere out the country, and we
Mm-hmm.
would have been just as fine. Um, so that's what we have for the episode.
That is all we have. I also want to just say for the last maybe 10 minutes, I wasn't really giving direct eye contact. I was trying to really find out how old Brittany is because it's driving me insane. So I was just scouring through her Instagram trying to figure out like
Find a birthday.
Yes, and I couldn't find nothing. So I apologize for the poor eye contact.
Investigative journalism. Like, I gotta find this out. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they've shared her age at all. I don't know. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna keep us up at night.
And
Wondering
it's
how old
gonna
she
keep
is.
me up. I'm gonna be thinking about this all the time.
That-
Like, how old is this woman?
how old are you? Dang. Okay,
Not her
so
living in my mind rent free. Oh God.
she would love that. Okay. She'd be like, hey guys, I have an announcement. I'm living in someone's head rent free. Everybody okay.
She better stop before I get Mary on her. Eat her right on up.
Mary kept adjusting that hoodie. Mary was like,
That little hood, yes.
Mary was not with it. Like, why do we care? And then when the lady was like, when Lisa's like, okay, this has gone too far. Mary, it hasn't gone far enough. You telling me to shut up?
Yeah, got her started. I don't know why.
I don't
Y'all want to
know.
let her finish. Y'all want to let her finish.
Literally,
Be back.
Brittany should have sat and ate her food. I mean, like, you really should have just said nothing for the rest of the night. Like, let us have our little adventure day. Keep it cute. That
Yep.
girl, when I say Mary just latched and didn't let her go. That's embarrassing. But
Yeah.
she lives to go on another episode, so we shall
And we
see.
love that. Yes.
Okay, so before we go, our game for this week, you have to do top 5 favorite house husbands.
Favorite house husbands. Wait,
Favorite house husbands.
I need to actually write a list. Hold on.
Okay.
It's not a long list though.
I'm trying to
Wait.
think of mine.
My list is also. I'm sorry, my list is not exclusive to the housewives. I'm putting Married to Medicine in there. You can put Married to Medicine.
Okay, favorite Bravo husbands. Okay. Let me see. I don't even know if I have 5.
I don't know if I got 5 too.
Okay.
Who's the I was like, who's the husband on RHOP? But I'm like,
Ray.
nah.
You don't like Ray? The Black Bill Gates?
I know right, but he ain't one of my favorites.
It's not giving. Okay, dang. I was trying to give him a little.
You was.
The Black Bill Gates. Okay. So I'm gonna go first, and I think this is top of everybody's list. R.I.P. Rest in peace, power. Greg Leaks. Gregory Leaks. I feel like just he had everything we needed in a house husband. He interjected when he needed to interject. He cracked jokes. He had Nene's back through it all. Then when they had the little drama in the beef, he brought a new storyline. Like he really was all around good for TV. Good house husband, gave it to the end. My favorite moment with him and Nene is when they were at that reunion and Kenya was trying to comfort Nene and she was like, no, we paid out on this. Or honk the horn on their ass, Greg. And then she was like, Greg, honk the horn on their ass. Toot, toot, ooh, blam. That's my favorite moment. And Greg is in the background. Going like this. I'm like, okay. Greg is forever my favorite house husband. Rest in peace, Greg Leaks. Who you got?
My first was Greg Leaks as well. So I will not say Greg Leaks. I am gonna go with my second husband. He's not a house husband, but he is a Bravo husband, and that is Dr. Damon. I love him. He is just so quiet, so mellow, and he just let Heavenly do whatever, and he just be like, shouldn't do that, babe. All right, come on. Like he's just a very like he has presence, and I think for me, I like that. He don't gotta do too much because his presence says a lot. He's also very intelligent. He a go get up, man. Heavenly lucked out for real.
For real. She did her big one on that. I think, and he gives like traditional values. Like he want to be the provider, protector type of head of household type. So I like that about him. He speak up when he need to speak up. Like you said, having presence. He not all in the girl's business, doing too much like Eugene. But when he need to turn it up and be like, okay, you're doing too much. Like, don't talk to my wife like that. He gonna come through, say what he needs to say. So I agree with Dr. Damon. Who's my next? Dang. I feel like that's pretty much it for me. Trying to think of more husbands. Who I like. I don't know. You go. I don't have another. I gotta think of another one.
All right, my next husband, I feel like the rest of these, my next husband is really like one of my favorite, and then after that, it's kind of like I guess.
Mention.
So, yeah, my next husband is John Barlow. I already told you I really love John Barlow because Lisa calls this man at any inconvenience. And he always answers. There has never been a time on RHSLC that we have not seen Lisa call this man and he did not answer. And he just lets her talk. He's another one. Talk. Okay, good. He does the things for her. But you see her stack for every child that she had. Like, yeah, John Barlow got it for me. I don't know. I think I like a man who it's making me feel like, is this the type of man I need in my life? Like a quiet man who just lets me do my thing. I don't know.
Yes. But it's nice to have, like, you get to be the like big personality that you are, and you just got somebody that's just like, do your thing, babe.
Yeah.
I like that. That is nice. I think, okay, who my next? Dang.
Some of the husbands do suck though, not like, in all fairness.
Some of them just don't give enough, or like, I don't know. Somebody that I like to see on social media from time to time, Todd, Candy's husband.
Oh, Todd. I forgot about Todd. Okay.
I feel like Todd came in, he had a lot to fight, he was up against, and he's still around. Like, they are literally a power couple at this point, like making business deals
Mm-hmm.
together. And, you know, Mama Joyce tried to say at the beginning, like, oh, he's an opportunist or he was just trying to come up. The man's still around, and if it was a come up for him, he's also helping Candy come up. So you can't even, whatever it was, if the scheme that Ty set up is working. They had OLG. They've had multiple TV shows, restaurants
Yeah.
on Broadway. Like, you kind of, for the sake of like they're still together, that's something that's beautiful. But then, like, to see what it's turned into based on what he was up against at the beginning, all the fighting and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta throw in Ty.
I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My next guys, I'm gonna just say them all three at the same time because they all kind of like on the same thing, and I
They
like them for
tied.
reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Tavit. I don't know if you watch our show NY, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he is Jessel's husband. I just like him because he was trolling the girls because they was trying to come for him, and he was trolling them back, and he was supporting his wife. So, and normally I don't really like men in women's business, but I think it was more so about the fact that like she was trying to defend him as much as she could, but the girls are very mean girlish, and so yeah, he trolled. So I like Pebby. And then Mauricio Umansky,
Mm.
Al Richards' ex-husband. I don't like him. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
like his person. I don't like who he changed out to be. But Mauricio is good looking though.
Okay, there you go. Now you got, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I just
Yeah.
like him because he's good looking.
Yes. Okay.
And then Harry Hamlin, who is what the hell is his wife's name again? Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna's husband.
Okay.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I like him because he be cooking. He be
Okay.
cooking. And remember, he bought Garcelle the tomato sauce, and he was like, "Did Garcelle get the tomato sauce?" Like, he genuinely cares. I just love a man who just wants to provide and take care of the home. Yeah, don't want to do too much.
Don't want to do too much. Yes. I think that's it. Those are good. That was a good list. Okay. One more honorable mention. My girl not on the show no more, but Chris Bassett.
Okay.
I the way he came through on them seasons when Candace was really like had to go toe to toe with people,
Ended.
he was riding. Like, he was really
Ended.
like, he really proved himself to me. He always been like just a cool dude, whatever. You know, I didn't really whatever. But when it was like they was under fire, he was really like, it's me and you versus the world. Like, what's up? Like, we
Bonnie and
not with it.
Clyde. 03 Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
Yes.
He wasn't having it. And I can appreciate somebody even when it felt like Candace's mom seemed like, okay, why are you with him or da 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 da, like, I'm not going nowhere. I can appreciate that. Like, I like a little double down, you know, you bought me and we about to do this and that's it. You know, what I'm going through personally. I feel like as long as it's me and you against the world, that's like, I'm good. So he showed to me in all of those different, especially like that final reunion and all that stuff, like, he really is, it's him and Candace. He rocking with her, she rocking with him, that's it. And so that made me a fan of him. And now that they're having a beautiful baby, it's just like,
Beautiful.
I'm a Chris and
Very,
Candace fan.
very happy for them, for real.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the couple on the new bundle of joy. Like, that's a blessing.
That is. I'm mad we can't see it, but
I think she deserves the peace though. Like, bring that baby into some peace. Don't bring that baby into no stress, yeah.
They couldn't have given her like a special, like a Candace has a baby special. They do that sometimes. They've only had wedding specials though, I think, on Bravo.
Yeah, they only have. They don't give a damn about the kids.
They don't.
Women get pregnant every day.
Like, okay, whatever. We don't care. So, but they could have gave her a little spinoff, I feel like, but all right. Well, that's another episode.
Period.
Episode 2 is done. We did it. We'll be back again for another episode.
We'll be
See
back
us.
next week. Oh
We'll
my
be back next
God.
week for episode 3. We are rocking and rolling. How exciting.
How exciting. And we're going to always keep on rocking and rolling.
Period. You can find us on all socials. I meant to say that last time. I forgot. But I'm saying it this time. We're on all social media platforms, all streaming platforms. It's Black Girls Do Reviews anywhere and everywhere. Just look us up and you'll find us there. Right. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.